Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? In this particular video, I want to talk about something that I've mentioned before regarding this idea of using the concept of IPO in relationships. Now, IPO is a business terminology that means initial public offering. What I didn't do in the previous video was go into further detail. I did highlight, though, previously that, basically you offer parts of your company for sale, like basically you have people want to buy some of your company shares, basically. And companies do this not just necessarily if they're doing bad. Sometimes companies do this when they are doing good, when they're turning a profit, because after all, it just makes them more valuable if they have more valuable value added to it with investors that want to invest. And then as they make more returns on the investments, that just increases their value even more because of the investments and, everything that goes in that sense. So for the business people, y'all know what I'm talking about. But in layman's terms, for everybody else, how this is for relationships, well, first and foremost, check out the previous video to this one in the comment section for those on the replay. Regarding IPOs for relationships, given the title of this video, you see with a lot of the feminine, basically the lesser feminine, the typical females that aren't trying to be real women, they offer themselves publicly all the time from the sense of where they want someone literally to invest in them, at an all-time high. When you hear a gal talk about, I'm back on the dating market, basically she's putting herself out there for sale. What does that sound like? Okay. When I think really more or less, gals in their femininity more so don't say that they're back on the dating market. They just want to make themselves available for somebody. They just want to make themselves more available, and they'll do what they can to make themselves more available. That's something that they just do on their own. They don't make really a public announcement of it. So in essence, they invite themselves to be approached by a man, or they approach a man. Some gals, they like to talk about how they don't approach men. Well, some gals do, because she's in a sense of not trying to IPO herself. But there are gals that are doing that because they want guys to come to them to invest in them. Whereas you might have a gal be like, I like you. I want to talk and get to know you, grow to know with you, as I like to say, per se. And I want to be there for you. I want to support you. I want to invest in you, king, as, some gals like to say. So, but with gals that IPO themselves, they're not trying to invest in a guy. They're not trying to call him king. They just want a kingly ransom invested into them, you see? But you see this on social media with the way gals kind of offer themselves based on a lot of their selfies they take of themselves, those full body selfies where they kind of let their hips and their butts protrude out, uh, so they do all that. It's funny, a lot of gals don't let their breasts protrude out like that, but sometimes they do a selfie showing their cleavage, but they don't let it protrude out in the sense like they do with their butt and hips with those selfies. But nevertheless, either or, whether butt or breast, it is still their version of IPO, initial public offering. Hey, just saying, hey, boys, come and hit me up with a DM if you want to holler at me. Some of them be on other apps or other profiles, even here on YouTube, putting their at link, how to get at them, right? In order for you to get active with their Cash App, right? So, but yeah, it's at an all-time high now, especially since after the pandemic, everything just shifted more to online regarding communication and even courting. Everything now is just simply that. It's just basically a guy has to now try to invest in a gal that offers herself publicly. Think about how that sounds, but that's exactly what's going on. Yeah, she IPOs herself. A guy don't need to brag about his gal. You know, guys shouldn't be doing that, but you know, they ain't even gotta do that no more. She'll brag about herself while she's with that guy, like she ain't even got a man. Basically, she in a relationship but still acting like she's single. So that's in many ways how she been doing the IPO on herself. And of course, that's been going on for a little minute, right? This ain't nothing new, but I'm just putting a new spin on it because there has been a new spin to how she does this, how she offers herself publicly for someone to what, invest in her. I mean, you see it out on the Blade, how that goes, but they've brought the Blade to the main stage. They brought the Blade to the home, you know, like all that aspect of the game, they bringing it into the home. And it's crazy because it's like, uh, no, your girl is not domesticated like that. She's not tamed like that. She's a stray and she's in them streets and she's acting like it by IPOing herself, offering herself up for sale, for investment. No, she like, I'm not for sale. I'm for investment. You can't buy me. You need to invest in me. Invest in you and you flop. Yeah. In her case, you invest in her and she'll just flee. Thanks a million.